Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Danny Tech back with another CCNA lab video, and today we're going to do part 2 on the video I did earlier, which is a router on a stick troubleshooting lab. And this also I also got from Jeremy's IT lab. It's going to be the same topology that we were working on previously on the other lab, but this one has different misconfigurations on it. I believe the other lab only had one, and this one is telling us that we have one misconfiguration per networking device. So we have 3 networking devices, so it's going to be a total of 3 misconfigurations that we have to look out for. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and jump into this. Again, this is a lab on a router on a stick. So again, we're going to have 2 trunking links here, which is one between router 1 and switch 1, and one between switch 1 and switch 2. So these should all be trunk links. So let's see here, and let's go ahead and follow these directions here. So we have VLAN 13 and we have VLAN 24, again like the other video. And we see here that PC1 has reported that they're unable to communicate with other PCs on the network. There's one misconfiguration per networking devices. Troubleshoot the problems and fix them. You have successfully completed the lab when PC1 can ping each other PC in the network. Okay, that's probably a typo, but alright, so we want to go ahead and check to see what we're getting. Want to, trust but verify, make sure that information we're receiving from the user from PC1 is correct, and we'll go ahead and try to ping PC2 here, which is in a different VLAN, and let's see what we get when we try to ping. So we're getting request timed out. All right. And let's see if we can even ping within our VLAN. So we'll ping PC3 and see what we get here. Okay, so it looks like we can't even ping to PC3 either, which is within our subnetwork or our VLAN. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into switch 2 and see what's going on with the configuration. Well, actually, let me check to see what VLANs are on the switch. So we have here VLAN 13 and VLAN 24. Okay, that's what we want to see here. VLAN 13 and 24. And then let's go ahead and do a show run just to make sure everything is configured how it should be. So again, we should have 2 access links and 1 trunk link. So port 1 and port 2 should be access links. So port 1 here shows mode access VLAN 13, that's correct, and port 2 shows mode access VLAN 24, that's correct. So let's go ahead and check gig 01 to see what we have there. And okay, so I do see something here. So we see here that gigabit 01 is in access mode. So what we want to do is change that into being a trunk link. So to do that, we're going to have to jump into that interface. So we'll do in conf t, and then jump into that interface gig 0, 1, and the command is pretty simple for that. So we want to go ahead and hit switch port mode trunk, and now we want to allow the necessary VLANs for our devices to be able to connect. So we're going to allow VLANs. So we're going to allow VLAN 13 and 24. So we'll go ahead and do switch port trunk allow VLAN 13 and 24, and that should be it with that configuration. And so that's one networking device. Let's go ahead and jump into switch 1 and see what we find there. So we'll go ahead and hit enable to bring us into privileged exec mode, and we'll go ahead and check the VLANs that are on here. So we'll do a show VLAN brief, and what I see here is VLAN 12, 13, and 24. Okay, so there's another VLAN on here, and it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like port 1 is on VLAN 12 instead of 13. Okay, so we'll go ahead and change that. Okay, so all the correct VLANs are there, just added one and put the wrong the port in the wrong VLAN. So we'll go ahead and change that. So we'll do a show, I'm sorry, we'll do a conf t, and we'll jump into port fast ethernet 0/1, and we'll do switch port access VLAN 13, and then do a do show VLAN brief again, and that should be in the right VLAN now. Let's see. So here now, I should be able to ping from PC2 to PC4. Let's see if that is the case. Okay, so I'm able to ping to PC4, which is in the same VLAN, VLAN 24. Let's see if I'm able to ping to PC1. Okay, for some reason I'm still not able to ping to PC1. Okay, so let's go ahead and test PC3. .3. Okay, so it looks like I'm not able to ping PC3 either. Okay, so what we're going to look for is let me go back on switch 1 to make sure that, let's do a show run or do show run. And make sure that gig01 is a trunk link. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 and 2 are access, and okay, that's correct. Okay, and those 2 are correct. All right, so that is configured correctly. Now, once we jump into the router, enable, we'll do a show IP interface, or yeah, IP interface brief, and see what we have here. So it looks like I mean, I don't know exactly how the default gateways are configured here, but to my guess, since VLAN 24s is set to the first usable IP address, I'm guessing this one is supposed to be too. Let's see what PC1's default gateway is. We can do a IP config /all to see what it's supposed to be. Okay, so yeah, it's showing that it should be 10.0.0.1, but what's configured is 10.0.0.11. So that may be why we're unable to communicate. Yeah, let me I'll change that and see if that's what makes the difference. So we'll do conf t, get into that sub interface. It's gonna be gig0/0.13, and we'll configure the IP address as I think we have to do a no IP address. You know what? Let me try just setting it to the IP address that I want. Let's see if it takes. IP address 10.0.1, and this is a /25, so the subnet mask is going to be 255.255.228. Oh, looks like it took. I'm gonna make sure that it took. We'll do a show IP interface brief. Alright, so it looks like it took. Now let's go ahead and go back to PC1 and see if I can ping all of the devices on the network. We'll start with PC2. Alright, I am getting replies from that. Perfect. That looks like that did the trick. We'll do PC3. I am getting replies on that. And we'll do PC4. Uh-oh. Wrong. Do PC3. No, PC4. And I do get a reply on that. Okay, that was easy enough. So to sum up what we did on switch 2, we found that the gig01 interface was set as an access port, and with access ports only one VLAN is able to traverse that link. So we set that to a trunk and allowed the VLANs 13 and 24 to be set. And then on switch 1, what we found was that the PC one's port, which was port 01, was set to a different VLAN. It was set to VLAN 12, so we moved that port to VLAN 13, so it's able to communicate out. Because basically VLAN 12 does not have a default gateway, and it's not configured on the router. And then on the router, what we found was an incorrect IP address, which was the default gateway for VLAN 13. So we set that to the correct IP address, and that allowed us to communicate across the network. So hopefully you guys found this troubleshooting video pretty simple and helpful. Again, this lab I got from Jeremy's IT lab. He's a great resource on YouTube. I highly recommend you looking at his videos. He helped me pass the CCNA, and yeah, hopefully I can come out with a couple more videos like this to assist you guys in troubleshooting and, you know, trying to find issues with a network. That way you guys are able to pass that CCNA test the first time around. And with that, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment with anything I can do better or any topics you would like me to cover. And thank you for your time. Have a good one.